What's up, buddy? Adrian and my friend Preston here. This guy, known this guy a long time. Why don't you let everyone know a little bit about yourself? I know you're plant-based. I know that.
Yes.
Unfortunately, plant-based, and there's still trying to get used to that. So what's up, dude?
My name is Preston. Right now I'm Adrian's pimp.
There we go.
I keep him on the corners of G and 9th if you guys want to go hit him up.
It's very rough. If you guys are from San Bernardino, you probably know where that's at.
That's the host roll. Yeah,
the host roll.
That's the place to be. So I've done a few years of boxing. I've boxed a little bit. So if we have any discussions on that, you know my side.
Now, what got you into boxing?
My dad, just growing up, my dad used to box. My dad used to box back in the day. He's an old school boxer.
A little bit closer.
My dad's an old school boxer from back in the day. He grew up in Newark, New Jersey, and he went professional. So growing up, he was just like kind of a hard ass and always taught me how to box. So I didn't really get into boxing until I was about 18, and then once I got into it, I threw myself into it. I trained for a few years, and then kind of sustained an injury where I couldn't train anymore, and just slowed down my training. So I kind of stopped from then. But it's something that kind of sticks with you.
Injuries. Now, was that from boxing or was that from before you got into boxing?
No, it was in 2012. I kind of just being stupid running the streets. I got an injury.
No. You want to talk about that? I mean, you are kind of just.
I kind of threw it out there.
It's vague. That's what I hate. Is just vague descriptions.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Like Machine Gun Kelly says, let's talk about it.
Oh, shut up.
So
that kind of died out right away, huh?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, that shit's gone.
Man, that's so through. that shit was so through. He started his little flame up with Eminem, but I think after Eminem's hit back, I don't think he could recover from that.
Did he try to?
No, he didn't. I think so his thing was that it was a leg shot. That's what he said about Eminem's kill shot. And so he pretty much said he doesn't have to return fire from that one because he said it was weak. But in reality, when I listen to Eminem, Eminem, I feel like won that one.
We can get into that one real quick.
Yeah, we'll talk about my injury in a few minutes.
First of all, how do you feel about Eminem?
I'm so with him. I think he's I think he's a good rapper.
You were around when the Slim Shady LP dropped.
Oh yeah, I was around since the beginning.
And the Marshall Mathers LP, which back in that day I was so into like metal, and like rock at the time, like Korn and fucking, unfortunately, Limp Bizkit. At that time, that when my brother,
let's not pass that. You were into Limp Bizkit.
Fuck, horribly, like super into it,
and
I regret that now. It's so cringy when you go back and listen to that shit. So, my brother came home from school. This is when we lived in East LA, and he was going to MOI, Montebello Intermediate, and he came home with the Marshall Mathers LP, and that shit was fucking fire, dude. That shit was fucking insane. I couldn't, like, that's what, I was listening to like Ice Cube and like, but back in that day, because back in the day they had what was called the Family Values Tour, 97 specifically. I got it on VHS, and that was Limp Bizkit, Korn, Ice Cube, and Orgy, and that I've watched the fuck out of that tape, and that's kind of what got me into rap a little bit. But Eminem really just threw me in because I really didn't take him serious. He's a white rapper.
Yeah.
And, like, what the fuck is this guy? But he hit so fucking... It wasn't until... I didn't find the Slim Shady LP until I listened to the Marshall Mathers.
Yeah.
And that's made him fucking, what do you call it? Immortal in my eyes, was those two albums.
Yeah.
And the fact that I listened to them, not in order, but they were back to back, he was... the greatest.
He fucking killed it with those ones. But the thing is, all right, so he's good. He could rap.
Good.
He's
holy shit.
He's great. But you got to think, who does he relate to? He doesn't really relate to me. Like, I don't want to kill my mom. I don't want to kill. The music I listen to, I don't want to kill my fucking my whole family. So the music I listen to is because it kind of relates to me. Yeah. I go for the lyrics, and I go for, hey, like this shit, oh shit, this sounds like me,
Yeah.
Like, can't get a job, oh shit, that's me.
That's the shit Eminem was rapping about, though. Rock bottom.
But yes, he was And I think he's great. But to me, I would prefer him rapping about other topics, but he can't. So he raps about what he could. But I mean, that doesn't take anything away from him. I still think he's one of the greats. You know, okay. He's up there. But I think he fucking killed Machine Gun Kelly.
I agree with a few things Machine Gun Kelly said, because Eminem's new shit is trash. I can't listen to all that shit with like Rihanna, all that fucking let's bring a female vocalist in to do that. You know, Stan, that was the first time he kind of really experimented with, you know, a outside pop singer.
Yeah.
On the hook or on the chorus of a song. And that kind of took a little bit, like, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. But all that shit with, I don't like this, the Rihanna and fucking, didn't he do something with the guy from Maroon 5? I'm just like,
Adam Levine.
I'm not into that shit. And he kind of trashed him. He kind of buried him with that.
Yeah. So I think, because Eminem's already, he's past his prime as far as like hits. Like all the hits he was gonna get, he already went. And so I don't think he's out there looking to get hits.
Right.
I think he's just making music. And honestly, I think he's making music for the times. Like he's adjusted to the times. And I think he's trying new styles. That's the way I see it. He's trying new styles because he has that one style. And I think that's why he's not bleaching his hair anymore, because I think he wants to get away from that one style.
Right.
And so I think that's why he doesn't. So my take a few years ago, my take on music on hip hop and rap was that it's all fucking trash. And my thing was like, oh, this person's whack, this guy sucks. But honestly, the way I see it now is that it's not that they suck. I'm just not into that music. Like Justin Bieber. Like obviously he doesn't suck. If that fucking young dude made millions of dollars, he doesn't suck. Mm-hmm. I'm just not into his music. But years ago, I would have said, oh, he's trash, he sucks.
Right.
So right now with the Eminem, I'm not saying that it's trash. It's just not what I'm into right now.
True.
So like with Rihanna, like, again, she could fucking sing, but I don't listen to her, you know?
Right.
Fucking all those other... Right now, I hate mumble rap. That's why, because I think we could agree on that one. That one
I thought mumble rap was kind of fizzling out, though, but it's still kind of like staying.
I think it's fizzling out because, like you have these other rappers on the rise and they're actually rap. I think West Coast, for the main part, West Coast is about lyrics. I think all the rappers coming on the West Coast are all lyrical right now.
And just banging fucking beats, dude. Like,
yeah.
Well, what kind of West Coast? Like, we talking about the staple of West Coast rap, like Ice Cube and shit, or are we talking about West Coast rap now? Because who's representing the West Coast right now?
TDE. Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul. That right now, I think they're on top. But other than that, you got OT Genesis, you have YG, you have...
I don't know any of these people. I wouldn't be able to name one song. Kendrick Lamar, I finally turned the corner on Kendrick Lamar earlier this year with songs like King Kunta.
Oh, fuck
that's
hardcore right there, man. Fuck.
I like that shit because he goes to the hood. And
yeah.
he fucking and he represents the CPT in his videos, and you could tell the people that are in those videos are coming out and they're showing for the fucking, they're just representing, and that shit is hard as fuck to me.
It is, and what I like about TDE is that they're not.
What's TDE?
TDE is Top Dog Entertainment. That's the label that Kendrick Lamar, J-Rock, Ab-Soul, and Schoolboy Q is on. They have Isaiah Rashad, but he's not from the West Coast. They have SZA. They have a few other people that aren't from the West Coast, but the ones putting it down for the West Coast are those four.
Dude, you got to show me some of this music. I don't know any of this.
I got some shit that you'll pop a bone or two. Yeah.
pop some shots too, dog.
Yeah, we'll want to go out and do a drive-by right now. But their shit. But the reason I like their shit is because they're not. Their music isn't like fucking instigating shit, and their shit is about, you know, like staying away from that shit. Like J-Rock, man, he's from the hood. He's from the projects and Watts and shit, and so he fucking, a lot of his music is pretty much like, you don't want to live this way. Like, people make it sound cool, but it's not cool. And he talks about how living in the hood, like, this is what people don't see, you know, unless you're actually out there in the hood. This is what people don't see. When they listen to music, they think, oh man, this shit sounds tight, man.
Right.
Fucking people getting shot and this and that. They don't see the mothers crying. They don't see how all these gangbangers are really struggling. Like, they don't have money like that. How many gangbangers do you really see with fucking like a bunch of gold necklaces? You don't see that shit.
Get jacked for that shit.
Hell yeah, they'll get jacked for their shit.
Yeah.
By Big Dog here. And so I think that's what TDE represents, is that there's a grimy side to it. Like, the reason that people get into that shit, there's other reasons other than it's just cool. That's why across America you have Bloods and Crips. Like, you have all these rappers like claiming that they're from a gang when really they're not from no fucking gang, or they just have a little crew going on and they're claiming the shit as though it's a gang until someone really tries them. So I think TDE is like, it's real.
Isn't Kendrick Lamar a Crip?
No, Kendrick Lamar, he grew up in a Blood neighborhood, in a Pyro neighborhood. He never got put on the hood, but he grew up with them. He has a lot of like homies and stuff. So he's done some dirt. He's one of those ones that he was affiliated, but he was never like from the hood. Okay.
Is that a problem in the hood, being affiliated and not really getting dirt?
So what it is that if you kick it with the guys, if somebody comes around, let's say you're kicking with the dudes
you,
in the hood.
You're a Blood.
I'm a Blood.
Yeah. No, you're not.
I'm not a Blood.
Yeah.
Correct. No, I'm not a Crip either. So let's say you're affiliated and you're kicking with the dudes on the corner, right? They're just your friends. You grew up with them. They're just your friends. They're from the gang. You're not from the gang. But some dudes pull up on you and they want to fight, and you say, well, I'm not from the gang. You back off and you don't back up your friends. That's not going to go over pretty well.
Right.
Well. So what it is, like,
you're gonna have to answer to that later.
You're gonna have to answer that. So if you're with them, if you're with the dudes, you're gonna have to put in work. You're gonna have to back them up. Right. But it's one of those things. If you're not from the gang, they're not gonna call you up and like, hey, we gotta go put in work.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So it comes with a price. If you're gonna hang around with dudes that do that, you're gonna have to fucking answer to it.
Right.
So I mean, being affiliated is just as bad as being from the gang.
Shit.
Yeah. Because people know you. So, like, let's say your enemies, like, roll through and they see, like, hey, that dude's always hanging out with these dudes. And so we don't like those dudes. And so now they see you alone. It doesn't matter if you're from the gang or not. They think you're from the gang.
Right.
And then the police, you have that side, too. If the police see you, like, hey, he's always hanging out with these dudes, they're going to label you a gang member. So
the police, the most biggest and heavily funded gang there is on the street.
For real. That's like the one hood you don't fuck with. And they stay posted up.
They stay posted. They're patrolling those streets, dog.
Yeah.
I never listened to, this is bringing up another point, I never listened to
XXX.
I never listened to him.
No, neither.
But he just won, didn't he just win Album of the Year? What's that word?
After he died?
After he died. He just won it like a couple nights ago.
So my thing is I haven't listened too much of XXX. I think some of his stuff is okay, like from what I've heard, but nothing great.
Do you agree with people saying that he's the Tupac of this generation?
No, not at all. Not at all. Like, rap and hip hop they're pop now. Like, that's pop because it's the most popular genre right now.
Migos did win best pop album.
See, that's what it. You can't win a best rap album anymore because you're pop. Well, you could, but it's pop.
It is pop
because it's popular.
Yeah, because look how much hip hop is influenced everywhere across the spectrum of entertainment.
Yeah.
From straight hip hop to fucking, you go to YouTube and you look up the royalty free music there. It's all hip hop based.
Exactly.
Like, everything has beats in it and fucking hi hats and fucking boom bap everywhere.
Boom bap pow.
Yeah.
So and if you look at it, just a few years ago, people still like they were hating on like rap and shit all the time. And now what it is that you see rap and hip hop going from like minority communities and going, and now you see like white kids rapping. That's why you have all these like white rappers now. And again, like from where me and you come from is different than where they come from. So if they're rapping about something, this is like with Eminem, like he comes from poverty and this and that, but he raps about something completely different. That's why I don't feel like I relate to Eminem.
Honestly, I felt like probably the reason I related to him because I was listening to shit like Korn and Slipknot at the time, and what he was singing about, what he was rapping about, were similar, familiar like lyrics.
Definitely.
And another thing that put the nail in the coffin or fucking really held him up high was I fucking hate ICP. And he had such a strong beef with him that I got behind him. I said, yes, this is my guy.
Yeah, I see that. Fuck ICP.
Yeah,
I don't mean
ICP.
to offend anybody. If any of our Juggalo viewers are listening.
Oh man, honestly, I would go to the Gathering of the Juggalos. That shit sounds like fun. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Oh,
yeah.
it's just a big festival where everyone gets together, gets drunk. Incest is fucking rampant. That's not what I'm getting into it for. I'm getting into it for the party.
Yeah, you just gotta find the right trailer park.
Yeah, you just just go ahead and walk by those areas and then make it to where all the other fun's at. But that shit sounds like fun.
Yeah, dude. Like I see a lot of shit on the Gathering and the Juggalos.
Oh, yeah.
I remember in high school, man. In high school, I hung out with like I would say like the goth emo, type kids and shit.
Right.
And we beefed with the Juggalos. They thought they were so fucking cool. I swear to God.
I hate a fucking Juggalo,
They
dude.
thought they would have the fucking Hatchet Man tattoo.
Yeah.
And
You
they
still
thought
have that. I hope you know
yeah.
that. That shit's for life.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. All the way to the fucking...
Yeah, it's not high school no more. You're not cool working at Amazon with a fucking Hatchet Man.
Oh, Jesus. God damn.
So yeah, like whites are getting into rap now, where before they probably would have picked up a guitar and started a band, but they see now this is what's popular, and so you're not gonna make any money if you're over there fucking unless you have like real talent where you're fucking singing,
Right.
and you could really sing. The people that are still into deathcore and hardcore type scenes and stuff, it's because they really have the love for it.
Oh,
it's not
my
because
God.
it's a trend.
You're right.
And so
dude.
just like with underground rap, you have a lot of underground rap that people don't listen to. Like the rap that you hear on the radio is just the basic fucking pop. It's pop. That's what you hear on the radio is pop. So the shit that is underground, people listen to it because they really have love for it.
Now, what would you consider underground?
Right now, I can't even tell anymore.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of underground rappers. Look at TDE. TDE is
TD, I was about to say, is TD
So
underground?
they right now the reason they're not is because they're fucking making waves right now because their shit is so good that they're rising out of the underground. But for years they were because they've been around since like forever. They've been around for a long ass time, and back then they were underground. Kendrick Lamar started off as basically as underground. Like he wasn't well known, but he's always had hella lyrics, man.
Right.
Like Kendrick Lamar, I think of course he's I want to say the top one because he's the most popular out of them. J-Rock's lyrics are like hella crazy, and same with Schoolboy Q. Schoolboy Q, I think he's underrated. I think Schoolboy Q is underrated as being part of TDE. So as far as underground, I couldn't even tell you right now. Like I have music in my phone, but like off the top, I can't even think of anything.
Okay. Well, fuck, man. As speaking of hip hop, the most recent album was Lil Wayne's The Carter 5. Did you check that out?
Yeah, actually, I got it on my phone. I've never been a fan of Lil Wayne. Never been a fan of Lil Wayne. I think his shit is entertaining though. Like his music is fucking entertaining. Like,
Would you say it's like? It's like kind of like throwaway music or like radio music or?
A lot of his stuff is radio music.
Yeah.
A lot of his stuff is radio. I don't think he's not about the lyrics. And again, like I said, my shit is I'm into it like for the lyrics. Lupe Fiasco being one of my like favorite rappers.
I know Lupe Fiasco.
Man,
Yeah.
His shit I think is again I think he's underrated. Also, I think Lupe Fiasco is one of the best lyricists of our generation.
Ooh, that's pretty high praise.
He was my favorite. Like,
Take it easy, Preston. Shit.
I'm gonna spit on it before I put it in. So
what'd you think about the Carter 5?
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Again, it's an entertainment album.
Okay.
And honestly, like he didn't have Drake on it. You know, Drake has a tattoo of Lil Wayne.
What?
A tattoo of Lil Wayne, man.
If Drake has a tattoo of Lil Wayne, I would say it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter where. If he wants to fuck you in the ass, Lil Wayne has to fuck you, and you have to let him.
Imagine getting fucked in the ass by Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh my god! Just the shadow, looking on the wall and seeing the shadow.
Fucking predator behind you.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that.
Yeah, dude.
And Drake wasn't on the Carter 5. Wasn't on the Carter 5. How the fuck you got a tattoo of this dude and you're not on the Carter 5?
Got him.
Fucking shots right there. I would.
That's true.
Lil Wayne, I got you tattooed on my face. We gotta take this one outside.
Where does he have a tattoo at?
Like on his groin? No,
Right above his dick?
Yeah, right above his
Like, why would you have a tattoo of Lil
right above
Wayne?
his dick and below his fucking belly button.
Another thing that's been going on in rap and hip hop is like in case in point with the Carter, like they kind of just drop it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I think that shit is dope. They're
I
just
do
like,
too.
bam, full album, download it now.
There's some rappers that don't. They do put the dates out there, but a lot of them is just like, because you got to, the way, again, before I would look at music, and if it's something I didn't like, I'd just be like, oh, this fucking whack, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is art. Music is art, you know? So, like, the way I look at things now is fucking, everything is art, you know, from fucking photography to, I don't know, fucking art. Everything is fucking art. It's a mumble rap, except for
Jesus. Now, a big counterpoint in the mumble rap argument was that you can't get mad at these guys because what they're doing isn't rap. I know, what's his name? What's a mumble rapper's name? Anyone? What, the guy with the Cheeto hair? What is
which
his
one?
name? Yeah,
oh,
right.
you got like Smoke Perp. You got the dude from Redlands. What's his name? Zanny, Little Zan.
God.
Little Xanax.
Oh my God. What's his name? The guy, Lil Boat. What's
Little
his name?
Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Little Tip of Canoe.
Yeah, Lil Tip. He's
That's a rapper too. Little Tip.
really.
Yeah, I think so.
Jesus Christ. It seems like all these rappers, and I know for a fact that Childish Gambino got his name like this, is that they put their names in a rap generator app and then got it like that. And then I saw a meme that said, add Lil to whatever's next to you on the left. So you got like Lil fucking Xanax, Lil fucking...
Little Syringe.
Lil Syringe, yeah. Lil fucking... Yeah.
Dude, exactly. Childish Gambino, though, fucking, he's a fucking artist. Since you bring him
He's
up,
an artist, for sure.
his music is fucking crazy, and you got like his music hasn't stayed the same. And right now,
Oh, yeah,
a
you're
lot
right about
like if you look at Kendrick Lamar's like rap, like his music, it doesn't stay the same. Every album is different. Like
Really?
he puts a lot of jazz and a lot of fucking like guitar and everything in his fucking music. Like he has a live band that fucking plays, you know, like
That shit is dope.
So he puts his art into that shit, his craft. Childish Gambino is the same way. He puts his art into it. That's why he doesn't care. Childish Gambino doesn't care what people think about it. And he does hella drugs, so I kind of like him, you know?
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They asked him, I'm pretty sure it was Childish. They asked him in an interview one time, like, so you do drugs? He's like, yeah. Like, what kind? Anything.
No.
Crack? And they asked him crack. He's like, yeah, if it's a drug, I'll do it. Break out
fuck
the
it,
crack.
whatever.
That's a real artist right there.
Yeah. But, there's a video, I think it's called Deconstructed. It's on YouTube.
Sounds familiar.
It's of the producer that made Redbone with him.
Mm-hmm.
And they break down like layer by layer that song and how they did it. It's very entertaining. It's very informative, and it's I guess it just started off with Childish Gambino getting on the drum kit. It's like, all right, and then fucking threw out a beat, and then he's like, all right, let's start fucking, and then funk, and then fucking all that shit just started adding up, and then you get this fucking Bootsy Collins type.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it a fucking. It's what's the word underneath masterpiece? Because masterpiece is kind of overdoing it, but it's a damn good fucking song.
It's his masterpiece. You
Okay.
know? I would say that it's definitely his.
Because This Is America is not a masterpiece. That's not a fucking good song. It's a good song, but it's not the best song that he's made. But the video
it's not the best song that he's made. But if you look at the lyrics, it's fucking good. And one of the lyrics it talks about. Yeah, it says this is a phone, this is a weapon.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. That's what it is. It's a tool. So it's a tool because you could record the police, and you can fucking get shot if you pull the phone out in front of a fucking cop.
True.
So like, I think if you listen to the lyrics of that shit, it goes hella deep.
But it's not the most technical.
No, it's not. It's not his most technical. I think the music video is probably like his
music
most
video is
technical.
awesome, and that's where you really come into the artistry of it all.
Yeah.
Is when you make a music video like that, and I don't know if it was his idea or the director's idea, but having a very layered, as far as meaningful, visual representation of not only what you're talking about or everything, all the subconscious issues and everything that you're trying to get across. Something like that video, you could just watch it and be like, oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, that was tight.
Yeah.
But then if you really break it down and watch it, you gotta really like see everything for what it is.
Oh man,
fucking awesome.
Yeah, if you could watch it 10 times and every time you're gonna find something new out of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what art is when someone put their heart into this shit and you're sitting there and if it's a music video, you watch it the first time and you understand the whole thing, then I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's some art into it, But if it's a music video where you watch it a whole bunch of times and every time you're looking at it like fuck, like
Right.
you take something away from it every time. I think that's a fucking masterpiece. You know?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The music video is, yeah.
You're right.
So, like I said, with mumble rap, like I was saying, all right. So mumble rap,
okay, go ahead.
is, I feel it's something where it was just easy to do. And I think people just kind of jumped on it. Maybe let's not even call it rap. Even if we don't call it rap, it's in the hip hop genre. You know?
Okay, now that was the argument that was, I think, what's his name? The guy who, the Breakfast Club.
Charlemagne the guy?
No, the other one.
Ebro or something?
Ebro.
Ebro.
There was an argument that he had, or a debate, saying that you can't get mad at mumble rap for disgracing the rap genre because what they're doing is not rap.
Yes. And look, for years, what I've always felt is that people don't listen to, like, what you hear on the radio, they don't listen to it for the lyrics. They listen to it for the beat. Something they can fucking party to. And that's exactly what mumble rap is that something like they don't have to fucking listen to it. They don't have to understand it. They just, if it makes you bob your fucking head, then it's good.
That's true. And they do got good beats and stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
And I wouldn't be mad at the mumble rappers. I'm mad at the people for fucking, giving that shit any type of attention, because I really do think like some music dumbs us down. And when you're listening to music that isn't lyrical, you're listening to music that is just fucking like dumb as fuck and encourages you to go out there and pick up a strap and go shoot someone, then you're fucking stupid. Because people listen to that shit. People want to be cool just because of that shit.
And they might not know what you're saying is just for entertainment value. They're gonna be like, "Oh shit, this is what people are doing. Let's fucking get heated up.
Yeah.
Let's take that gang affiliation and get into the gang."
That will push people. That's why people like, I'm not saying everybody, but there are those people that come from a good family and listen to music and be like, yeah, dude, I want to fucking have this adventure because it's entertaining. Like running the streets it's entertaining. Like you'll have fun, but when shit goes south and you get locked up or you get stabbed,
too much fun. You can have too much fun. You get fucking caught up.
Like that's kind of how I all right. So the injury, like how when we first started off, let's talk about my injury. So
okay, yeah. Well, you said injury kept you out of fighting.
Yeah, I was fighting for a while and loved it, fucking sparring all the time, and honestly, like I feel like it did like turn me into a man. Like that's what I fucking you get punched enough times in the face, you're gonna fucking man up, So
dude, dealing with losses and stuff.
Yeah,
that'll make a man out of you, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you get your ass whooped if you're gonna fucking man up,
You better, or else you'll fucking. Oh, all right, we can get into that later.
So I can't get too detailed just because legal reasons.
Legal reasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened to the other dude. I'm not saying anything bad happened to him.
So you killed a guy.
Killed a guy. Fucked him. Ran his ass over. No.
So you murdered somebody.
Murdered him.
Okay.
Fucked him in the ass to death. I actually ran into a guy that he was telling me that he was talking to someone else. He saw a couple next to him, and they had the female had a wedding ring on, so he's talking to them about them being married.
Uh-huh.
And so he tells them, my wife, that's great, like it reminds me of me and my wife, but my wife passed away a few years ago. And the guy says, I'm sorry to hear that. He's like, no, it's okay. I fucked her to death 7 to 8 times a day for 20 years.
Oh my God. Well, hey, it was grief in different ways.
So that's a little about this situation.
Yeah.
So I would say, no, I definitely was never part of like a gang or the gang. Like I used to kick it with some guys, and I had friends, and it's something where I knew people, but I want to say I was like the positive, like
you were gang affiliated.
Yeah, affiliated, but it was not affiliated to the sense of where I'm picking up a strap and going out and putting in work and stuff like that, So I'm definitely I was affiliated, but it's something where I want to say like I knew the guys on the block and stuff, and like just living on the street and everybody around you outside, and they're outside all the time, and you get to know them and stuff like that.
Now, where was this at?
This was in Fontana.
Shit.
I won't say what hood.
The F.
Nah, this gang wasn't from Fontana. Isn't from Fontana, but
okay.
It was on a street called, and that's
D block,
boy. I'm telling you, like you asked the police like a few years ago, what was the worst street in Fontana, man? They're gonna throw up that D, man. I'm telling you. It was active over there, but that's why it was so fun, because like they held that shit down, man. I'm telling you, that shit was fucking fun. But,
is that why you like Kendrick Lamar? Because he made it out the ghetto?
Yeah, you know, I like him because I think a lot of his shit hits close to home. But like these guys were fucking hella active, fun guys, cool guys. But I definitely want to say I was like a positive, like role model kind of positive, figure, because a lot of them, you got to think like a lot of people I know, like they have a horrible family issue and stuff, and I want to say like I wanted to like help them out get into school. You know, I think I helped some like they figured out like, hey, I need to get a job, you know, like that type of stuff. So I was hanging out with one of them, and one of my friends fucking is hanging out with my friend. He wasn't affiliated. He was just
block
a
that
dumbass.
name. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Let's call him J-Rock.
J-Rock.
Dude, his ass is fucked up tooth ass, man. He was a wild guy, man. I'm telling you, he was a funny guy. He was all doped out and fucking tweaked out walking in the streets of San Bernardino now.
No?
Now, yeah.
Ooh.
I seen him not too long ago, man. He's fucking tweaked out and shit, man. It's a sad story for him.
Dude, in the Dino, like, especially where, like, my family lives, I was just outside. I was, you know, just hanging out outside and just watching the people walk up and down the street doing nothing, up to nothing good.
Yeah.
I really like reflected the other day. I'm like, oh shit, that's why I want to keep my shit together, because I don't want to fucking end up like these people out here, dude.
And it's easier than people think.
Oh my god, dude, you could slip right into that.
Man,
slip right into that fucking shit world.
That's what people don't understand. Like San Bernardino is a perfect example of this shit, because you go around, you see all these homeless dudes, you see all these like tweakers and these fucking drug addicts, and they live this horrible life. When they were fucking 21, when they were 15, 16, they weren't planning on doing this shit.
Right.
Like, it's something that they fell into. And I feel like there's a lot of reasons that they slip up and fall into that kind of life. Right. But it's something that it's not hard to do. You know, like, especially if you have people, like, if you don't have anybody there that, like, to fall back on. Me and my brother, we grew up very poor, you know, and my parents, they didn't have money, but what they did have was love. They always gave me and my brother like their full attention, their love. That's why I wasn't out there seeking to join a gang or anything.
Right.
Like they.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you fucking need.
If you have two good parents, like, stop being a spoiled ass kid and fucking being mad at your parents for not getting a car, for not this and that. Like, there's a point in your life where all your parents need to give you is love. Everything else is up to you. You know, and I think that's what me and my brother went on. I haven't had like growing up, I stopped having Christmases when I was probably like 10 years old, just because my parents couldn't afford anything. My last real Christmas I was like 9 or 10.
And did your parents ever promise you, hey, we'll get you something later on in the year, or wait for your birthday?
Oh man, I'm still waiting for that shit. They get me every year, you know.
Yeah, but shit, man, you guys had to make it, dude. Had
to make it.
That's the harsh reality, man.
Yeah, life gets real, and I feel like me and my brother have absolutely made it out, because you know, like, and for the majority of America, people, like, we're in poverty, you know, and it's your choice if you're gonna sink or swim. And me and my brother, I feel like we worked our asses off. We've been working since we're 14. This now, my brother, he travels the world for work, you know. That's fucking awesome. He has a startup company that him and his friends are doing. He's very successful, man. He's a very successful person. You as well, man. You've
been able to garner some success, and
I feel like I do feel like I'm successful. I'm not my brother, but I'm pretty fucking. I feel like I'm well off. You know, I'm taking care of my family.
Young too.
I'm young.
And you're young.
I'm 45.
5 years young, man.
Yeah, I'm 28, and I feel like.
Damn. Forget it then. You're not young.
Not young anymore. I bought my house when I was 25. I bought my first.
That's some baller ass shit. That's some success story.
Say that shit, man.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you live in a piece of shit, but the area you live in.
Like, the house is a piece of shit, but I bought it.
No,
I live in Detroit.
Yeah. You definitely moved way away from the ghetto.
Yeah, definitely. Well, where I live in the high desert. I live over by Victorville, and it's pretty bad. I live on the good side of the tracks.
Right.
But I didn't think it was that bad when I moved up there, man. It's fucking bad.
Really?
And certain
like
parts,
the people, or just there's nothing up there. There's nothing
out there, and that's the thing. Like, with San Bernardino, there's nothing in the city for the kids to be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna fucking go to the Boys and Girls Club. I don't even know where the fucking Boys and Girls Club is over here, if they even have one. I don't think they have one. They don't.
Well, they do. It's the Trap House over here on
Trap House. They have a pool table there. The parents drop them off in the morning.
They have a different kind of pulling going on in the back, though.
Right. Hey, trapping is trapping. Dude, gotta learn it somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to do. Like in the high desert, there's not that many fucking jobs. The majority of people that live up there like work down the hill, and it's fucking.
Dude, a lot of the jails over here are people that they take up from the high desert and bring them down here.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 major. They call them jails, but they're fucking low. They're really low status prisons, to be honest.
Where are those at?
Like West Valley.
Oh, okay.
That's damn near a fucking prison.
So let me put this in California.
Yeah.
The jails are so fucking. This is a whole fucking topic right here. The jails are so overcrowded that people are like you're supposed to. The thing is, if you get a year or more, you're supposed to go to prison. If you get sentenced, if you get like a 2-year sentence,
this dude's doing 6 years in jail.
Yeah, because it's so overcrowded in prisons, they might as well keep them in the fucking jail.
Where's the major prison around here?
Up the hill. So you have Chino. Chino, I believe, is an intake center. So like when you go off to prison, I think you go to Chino first, and it's all you're receiving. You get everything you fucking need to get. You know, they break your ass before you actually have to go get raped. So
that's nice.
They rape you first there. So
that's pre. They warm you up.
They warm you up. They stretch you out a little bit. Foreplay. It's actually very sweet.
Oh my god!
But where I'm at. In Adelanto, it's a fucking piece of shit.
They got a lot of juggalos out there.
You would think they probably all got killed.
Good.
They probably all overdosed on meth and heroin and shit.
We call that the cleansing.
The cleansing. That movie, The Purge, actually, is based on a true story out of Adelanto. They let everybody kill each other. It's a small town. So in that
up the hill. Whenever you hear anyone down here say up the hill, that's what they mean.
When I say up the hill, I mean the high desert, as in Hesperia, Victorville, Apple Valley, and Adelanto. Not Phelan. Phelan's a little fucking hick-ass town.
I feel like I gotta go take a shower after hearing those words.
Oh man, it gets nasty. All right, up the hill, there's I want to say 3 to 4. All right, there's one jail. There's one county jail up there, and there's 3 prisons. I want to say there's a federal penitentiary. There's the ICE, the immigration jail where they take all the immigrants and shit. Yeah, and then there's another fucking jail. Yeah. I think there's 3 or 4. Like I want to say there's 3 prisons, if not 3 prisons, then 2 prisons and 1 jail.
Up there, isn't the population like 64,000 people?
Population's the prison. Yeah, dude. All right, so in the whole high desert, all right, in Adelanto, let's put Adelanto. Adelanto only has about 20 to 30,000 people. Jeez. Their murder rate last year was like 8. I think they had like 8 murders.
Really?
And if you break that down, that's a fucking high record, man. That's probably
8.
Yeah.
For how many people?
For about 20 to 30,000 people.
8 people.
Yeah.
I would figure that the number would be much higher with a population of that size.
No, that's a small population. You gotta think.
I know, but 8 people out of 20-some thousand.
Yeah.
Murdered.
8 people murdered.
Dude, those 8 people murdered since we started this conversation here in San Bernardino.
San Bernardino has a higher population. So the high desert, I want to say last year the high desert had a higher murder rate than San Bernardino. And
I'm gonna challenge that statistic. I gotta fucking look some shit
up. I want to say the high desert in total had about 24 murders last year. 24 murders.
High desert, the highest fuck desert.
And the high desert, the population for the high desert, I want to say is about 220,000, and that's between those 4 cities that I mentioned: Hesperia, Apple Valley, Victorville, and Adelanto.
Represent.
24. Let's say 24 people out of 220,000 people. San Bernardino had less murders than that last year. Adelanto, so in Adelanto, it's the bad area in Adelanto is just a small section. I want to say the size of Old Adelanto. It's called Old Adelanto. It's up on the 395, and I don't know what's the fucking cross street. Fucking
I don't know. Fuck, I have no business over there,
dude. But
the place where you live is a good area.
It's a nice area.
It's a very nice area.
Nice area.
Like when you think of suburban America, when they show Rancho Cucamonga, and what is it, next Friday?
Yeah, it's like that.
That's Adelanto. Yeah. That's what it looks like. Well, the area you live.
The new area. So where I live in the nice part, and that is what it looks like tract houses and shit. Mm-hmm. Nice ass houses and stuff. Oh, yeah. Once you cross like Mojave, that's when you go north into the city. That's when you get into the bad area. And let me give you something like this. All right, let's say from baseline to not even Highland. I want to say a smaller. Let's say baseline to Highland.
We're talking about the Dino? Not Fontana?
I'm giving like a size of
okay.
that Alonzo.
Okay.
Let's say from Baseline to Highland, from Waterman, and what's
E?
Not even. Like, what's the next street from Waterman? Like Sierra or some shit?
Yeah.
It's probably about that small.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a small ass city.
It's so small and less.
We'll pull up a map right here real quick just to show you.
Yeah, and exactly, and there's less people than it would be in that section, and you had 8 murders. So up there, when you have these murders, you're having like every fucking like let's say within 5 square miles, you're having all this crime and murders take place. Mm-hmm. Like a smaller section than fucking San Bernardino. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say it's worse than San Bernardino.
Yeah, that is pretty.
But it
small.
might be. It might be worse than San Bernardino.
Okay, you're gonna have to.
I think it's.
I live in this shit. I live this shit every day. I think you're gonna have to chill out with that.
Hey, but there's more people here. That's what you gotta think. There's more people here.
Would you call them people?
Savages.
Fucking animals.
There's more trappers out here. So also let's do the statistics again for what.
All right, let's make up
San
statistics.
Bernardino.
Let's make up statistics.
No, this is comparing San Bernardino to Chicago. What do you think is worse, San Bernardino, Chicago?
Well, I haven't lived in Chirac, but
Well, let's take murder wise.
You San Bernardino?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's.
So, Chicago has a couple of million people, and they have anywhere from 500 to 600 murders a year, if not 7, but let's say 500 to 600 murders a year, and they have a couple of million people. Mm-hmm. As to where San Bernardino, we had I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, we had 64 murders, and we only have, let's say, 300,000 people. Mm-hmm. Probably averages out more that San Bernardino has more murders than Chicago.
Okay.
But a lot of people, that's the same. How I say that, that's the same as comparing the high desert with San Bernardino. Mm-hmm. So people say Chicago is like the worst city, but it's not the worst city. It's bad. It's fucked up. I'm not saying.
I heard it's. But I haven't lived it. Listen.
Fucking that's for like a shoplifter.
That's somebody's alarm clock right now. Like that's not even. That's like I wake up to that every morning. Yeah. That wakes me up. I sleep through my alarm clock.
San Bernardino is
it's active. It is active as fuck. And where I'm at right now, it's pretty bad. But I've been able to find a place that's kind of sectioned off from all the bullshit.
Yeah. No, San Bernardino's bad. You live in the nice part. And this is the bad part, like it's bad.
and just like with LA, San Bernardino, a block makes a difference. You can be on the worst street, and then a block over, for some reason, everyone's got together and kind of made a truce and keep this block pure, and then the next block is fucking nasty.
I don't know.
Gross.
I don't know. So in San Bernardino, I don't think gangs are as dominant as they are in LA. LA is like,
not in that regard, but I'm just saying not as far as gang population and active, but just the fact that you can be on a bad block on one street and then cross a stoplight and it's nice, and then it's bad over here and then it's nice over here. That's kind of like how it is out in San Bernardino.
Yeah, kind of. I could see that, but in San Bernardino, like from the north to the south. From the east to the west, there's no part where there's nowhere in the city where you're gonna say I want to raise my kids there.
Hell no.
San Bernardino, that's the difference between any other city.
The only reason people live out here is because it's cheap.
It's cheap. Yeah, it's cheap. But like me, it's cheap. I could have bought a house out here, but it would have been I'm not worried about what's gonna happen to me. What's gonna happen to my kids when they're hanging around all these little badass fucking kids on the block, Mm-hmm. And so San Bernardino has a lot. I think drugs are a big ass thing in San Bernardino. I think a lot of these murders are drug related. I don't think they're gang related to a point, but out here the gangs are a lot different than how they are in other places. Those
are the statistics I want to see. Is gang affiliated murders opposed to just random murders? There is an now I don't know. I haven't looked it up in a couple weeks, but there is a murder serial killer going on right now.
Where at?
They found 3 bodies already
in San Bernardino.
San Bernardino. They found a body not too long ago, but the one before that, which was a couple months ago, it was in a makeshift coffin over here on fucking. It's right up here, up Del Rosa, by the liquor store. I forgot what the street is, but they found a mysterious box in the parking lot. Someone called it in. The cops went to go look at it, cracked it open, found the body of a middle-aged white woman.
Fuck.
And then another makeshift coffin, body found in a makeshift coffin somewhere else. That happened like about a month ago. I'll put up a news report of that shit.
Holy
but
shit.
That's, yeah.
White women, watch out.
Middle-aged white women, watch out. MILFs.
Mills.
There you go.
Fucking going for the Mills and Cougars.
Right, right. So yeah, there is definitely
that is fucking
numbers to be
crazy. I'm not surprised, but in San Bernardino, the way it is in San Bernardino, it's like that's not even a fucking issue. You know, like that's something that if the cops find that, they're just like, oh shit, we got a serial killer, but we got like all these other fucking murders taking place. You know.
What about the guy who was 2000? I want to say 2013, where the guy went to the elementary school and shot the fucking teacher. You remember that?
It was like his wife or girlfriend or something like that, right?
An ex or something. Yeah.
An ex, yeah.
Yeah. And just killed her in front of all these kids.
And shot. I don't know if he killed a kid, but he shot two kids.
Yeah, it went through her. It went through her, I believe, and then hit a kid behind her.
Damn, that's crazy. People are fucking crazy. And my thing is like to take someone's fucking life.
Yeah,
is crazier than I feel like. I don't know. You know.
Well, you have empathy.
I have empathy.
These people that are just fucking,
they're crazy. When you have nothing else to fear, when you don't care about getting locked up, when you don't care about this and that, murder is nothing. When your life is shit, you don't care to make anybody else's life is shit.
Because you want to pass that grief. I guess that's what these people want to do.
Yeah.
Is they either don't give a fuck and just honestly just boom, don't give a fuck, or they're feeling so much like shit that they want someone else to feel what they feel.
Like
pass that shit on.
I feel like when they're young, like let's say a young kid in a gang, they don't care because they're young. Like young kids, they want to be cool, they want to fit in, and so like, here, take this gun and go fucking kill the guy. I don't like that guy. Go kill that guy.
Right.
All right, yeah, you got it. And they think that they're gonna be like more cool from that shit. Like,
yeah,
it's just fucking crazy. Like, I'm a fighter, and if I have a problem with someone, we're gonna fight. I'm not gonna stab them.
Right.
I'm not gonna fucking shoot them. None of that.
Which sucks because I'm down for that scrap, but I can't trust everyone to be on that same
no.
You can't, like back in my dad's day, he always tells me that they had a problem, they squashed it right there, boom, boom, boom.
2 a.m, you don't got to worry about getting shot, and that's the thing about out here, because like someone could, like if you're walking down the street, you see somebody, you're not scared of fighting this guy,
right?
You're scared you're gonna get shot,
right, or stabbed,
or stabbed, and someone like, okay, I have a story. So I was with a friend. He had gotten an issue, like something happened with his car, and someone had taken his car, but he knew who it was, and so we ended up finding out, and we found out that it was this one dude. He's a fucking bitch, and I don't think he's gonna hear this, but if he hears it, fucking let's fade this one up.
See?
But
you can't take the ghetto out of the. You can take you can take the girl out of the street, but you can't take the street out of the girl.
I mean, after I went to church, no. So we go to this dude's house, and he's supposed to be someone, like he's supposed to be on our side, basically. I don't know the guy, but my friend knows him. He's supposed to be on our side, and I just didn't like the way he was like kind of coming at me. I just didn't like the way everything was. I guess it was his cousin that took the car. Yeah, it was very disrespectful, but he was trying to like fucking. I feel like he was trying to give us the runaround, and so I don't like this shit. To protect his boy or what? I don't know. I really don't know what he was all. I think he was tweaking. He was on something because he was acting funny, and so I step up and I tell him, hey, whoever it is, if it's your cousin, whatever, bring them over here. Let's scrap this out. Mm-hmm. And he's sitting there, and he's kind of giving us the runaround. He's trying to scare me. He's saying, oh, yeah, they have guns. They're trying to scare me. And I'm saying, well, if that's the case, just get the fucking car back. Stop talking. Stop telling us this and stop trying to scare us. Stop playing us. Fucking just give us the car. And so I start turning up on this dude, and I get in his face, like, and you know, maybe I wasn't wrong for that, but I started coming at him like, hey, what's up? And he was this big dude tatted up, like fucking cholo status and shit tatted up, and I thought he was going to be down and get down. And he wasn't. And so his sister ends up coming out of the house, and she's screaming like, hey, chill, get out of my house, get away from her. We weren't in the house, we were outside in the yard. Mm-hmm. And this is over in Rialto. But him and my friend were staying off of Date Street, you know, in the hood over there. That's hella hood over there. So we were over there, and so his sister comes running out, she's screaming. I tell her, hey, I apologize, you know, I don't mean to disrespect your home. I'm leaving. And as I'm walking away, this dude's like, yeah, bitch, you're lucky I didn't get my gun. And I turn around like, what? And he starts slowly walking into the house. So I start chasing him. And he goes in through the side door. I'm like, oh, shit, I couldn't catch him. I don't want to take it in the house because, fuck, if he does have something, it's not going to end up well. So I run to my car, which is parked in front of the house. And as I get to my car, he's standing outside the front door with the fucking gun pointed right at my head. Fucking close as fuck. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like hiding behind my fucking car, you know, fucking like going side to side, trying to juke. Like, if he were to shoot, I was gonna juke that bullet.
Trying to juke a bullet. Like you're gonna sidestep a fucking bullet.
Yeah, fucking Matrix and shit, you know. And so he didn't end up shooting, but he ended up saying, who's the bitch now?
Wow. Yeah. I would still say you.
Oh, yeah, no, you're still the bitch. You just got a gun, you know. So
fucking bitch.
So that kind of fucking scared me right there. And I'm not built for that type of shit. I'm not like a hood ass dude and stuff. Everybody in my take, and every poor person from California comes from the hood. That's the way I see it. You know, I've been out of state, and you could be in a poor area and it's not the hood and shit like that. I think in California, if you're in a poor area, it's the hood. You know, so
dude, that's such a of course.
But I don't know. I'm not a crazy ass dude. So when that happened, I was kind of, it fucking scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck?
So you got shot, and that injury kept you out of boxing.
Yeah, I got shot in the face. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't get shot in the face. But no, so that happened after my injury. So going back to the injury.
Yeah, because we've been talking about this injury for about 54 minutes now.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
we got to get around to this.
Got to keep. This is the cliffhanger. That's what I'm trying to keep everybody on edge.
Next week, tune in next week till you find out how Preston got injured and kept him out of boxing.
This is a 40-part series. Right. That's when you'll get the story out of me. Right. So all right. So me and my two friends, man. I guess friends.
Not people you don't associate with anymore.
These are friends. Like, all right, okay. So one of them is a tweaker running the streets and shit like that. I don't associate with him anymore just because. Fuck, who hangs around with tweakers and shit? I don't, you know.
I try to. You have to cut those people out of your life, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because my thing is, like, again, going off topic, you know.
Jesus, we're never going to get to
If you hang around with 10 people, if it's you plus 9 others in your group of 10, out of those 10, if 10 of them are gangbangers, you're going to be a gangbanger. If 10 of them are in college, you're going to end up in college. Mm-hmm. So it's the people they hang around. So if you're hanging out with tweakers and shit, you're going to pick up that pipe. All right, so it's the 3 of us, right? We're coming from my house. At this point, I moved off of this street, off of D Block. Mm-hmm. And now I'm living over by the Bel Air Swap Meet. Technically, where I'm staying is Bloomington. It's on the edge of Bloomington and Fontana. Bloomington,
which doesn't have a police force.
Well, a lot of cities over here. Highland doesn't. It's policed by the sheriffs, San Bernardino County sheriffs. Like Rancho Cucamonga.
Really?
They don't police force.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't have a local police force?
No. They're policed by the sheriffs.
Yeah, but ain't shit going on in Rancho. Well, you get a fucking you get a fight at the Buffalo Wild Wings. That's it.
Rancho Cucamonga statistically is worse than San Bernardino.
You are fucking. You remember we said if you hang out with tweakers.
These are facts.
You remember we said if you hang out with tweakers, you're gonna pick up that pipe.
It's because every tweaker I know is from Rancho.
You hang out with tweakers. You're picking up that pipe.
Hell no, Rancho. Yeah, nothing's happening in Rancho. They have a couple of gangs over there, but. Come on.
So get to this fucking story because this is gonna wrap up the episode for today.
All right. So it's me and the 2 of my friends. We're coming from my house. I drop off one of my friends. We're gonna call them 1 and 2. Number 2 is the tweaker.
Okay, thing 1 and thing 2.
Thing 1 and thing 2. Number 2 is the tweaker. Thing 2 is the tweaker. I drop off my boy, which.
So you're the cat in the hat in this situation. You're the voice of reason, but still amidst the chaos.
I'm the cat in the fedora.
Preston's a hipster too. We're gonna get to that.
If you guys have any tips, let me know. I'm trying to become hipster juggler. I'm starting my own thing. And
an amalgamation of 2 of the worst kinds of people.
Fuck.
All right, go ahead.
Hipsters are cool, man. That's a whole nother topic.
Damn, you did make it out of the ghetto. You're shining, and you're not even worried about getting robbed.
I'm all trying to.
You know. You got rings on and shit.
This Timex. This Walmart Timex I
have. Casio that I'm fucking shining right now.
It's one of those quarter machines. All right, so I drop off my boy at his apartment on I can't even say the location. I just fucked it up on that shit, man. Hey, it's not even on the street. It's not even on.
This didn't happen.
No.
This didn't happen at all.
Again, legal. I'm trying to legal.
Yeah, what's legal? It happened over 10 years ago. The statute of limitations.
All right, I'll get into it.
Okay. I don't want you to get into what you don't want to get into.
No, I won't. But okay. I'll let you know the reasons for reasons. All right, so drop off my boy. We go around the block to the, cause it's not a through street, so we go around to the other to the back to hang out with. So it's me and my other boy, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
We go around to the back and we kick it with one of my friends back there, only for about 5 or 10 minutes. We come around up front, and my first dude, he's over there fucking fighting with the dude up front, and I'm like, oh shit! And I stop the car real quick. And
One-on-one?
One-on-one.
Okay.
I don't know anything that prior to this. It's just when I pulled up, it was him fighting a dude. So I stop the car, jump out, and as I'm jumping out, he hits a dude. Bam! Knocks the dude out. Fucking dude's out, and the dude's missing his tooth. My boy knocked his fucking tooth out. And so this guy, the dude that got knocked out, his friend, I started like trying to rush his friend, but his friend takes off running, pulls out his phone, like, hey, I'm gonna call my friends, like trying to fucking scare me, like, bitch, you know where you're at,
right.
So
this is deep. I mean, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's the reason I'm not finishing the story. Talking about going deep. No. How's that ass? But
Oh, shit.
so this dude, he was a bitch. He didn't want any. And he's a solid built dude. I thought if anything, he probably would have like fucking like really been able to scrap or something. But he goes up, tries to pick up his friends. So now his wife and some other people are outside trying to like break us up. Now my boy number 1, his family's outside trying to break everything up.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get my boy fucking spit in this dude's face, the one that wasn't fighting, the one that was a bitch. And it all started because he was talking shit. He was running his mouth, and he got his own boy he got his tooth knocked out. He got his boy knocked out.
He was running his mouth, and he didn't want to fight.
And he didn't even fight.
Okay, you deserve to get spit in the face.
Yeah, dude, my friend fucking spit in his face, nasty, man. Bam, spit in that fucking bitch's face.
Good.
He didn't want none. We all jump in my car, and we go back to my place over by the swap meet. Mm-hmm. We kick it there for a little while. And it's just we're all talking like, hell yeah, pumped up after what just happened and shit like that. And then now it's around 8:30, and now I gotta it's around 8:20, and now I gotta take him back to his place and fucking drop him off. So we're rolling over there like, dude, if we see these dudes, we're gonna fuck them up.
Right.
But we weren't thinking that we were gonna run into these dudes again. We thought we thought my boy fucking gave them the blues and shit where they weren't gonna come outside. And so as I pull up into the alley, it's an alleyway where there's a bunch of different apartments. They're all like duplexes. So there's an apartment building right here, and there's an alleyway in between each one of these. And the whole street is like that. And so we pull up in his alley by his apartment, and these 2 dudes are standing there by the trash can. And I know they were fucking waiting for my boy. So I knew they were waiting for him. And so as we see them, I stop the car. My boy jumps out real quick. My other dude, the tweaker, jumps out. Mm-hmm. And at the time, he wasn't a tweaker guy. So he jumps out. He's a fucking funny ass dude too. He jumps out. Then I jump out. And so the dude that didn't fight in the first place, my other boy's like in his face telling him something where, hey, and this dude ends up apologizing because he's a bitch, man, straight bitch. He ends up apologizing.
Damn it.
But the dude that got fucked up in the first place, he's still running his mouth. And now he's next to me, and I tell him, hey, dude, like get your shit talking face out of my ass. Not my ass. He wasn't in my ass, but get your face out of my face. Dude was eating my ass, man. So I say, hey, get the fuck out of my face, whatever, and he doesn't want to back up. So
right.
I end up hitting him. All right, so like we back up into this corner, end up hitting him. This is where the legal thing gets through. No one physically like did any like try to do harm to him, but we packed him out.
Okay.
As we're packing him out, we all fall forward, and I turn around. And the other dude that was a bitch standing there saying, you're marked. And so
telling you you're marked.
Telling me I'm marked. I'm like, what the fuck you mean I'm marked? I ain't marked, bitch.
Like for death?
I don't know. That's I didn't know like what he's talking about. I was like, dude, you don't know where you're at, like. So I end up hitting him a little bit, whatever. Take off down the street, and as I'm driving, my arm is like I feel like something like tickling my arm and shit. So I'm driving, and I grab my arm like this, and I see some blood, and I'm thinking like, all right, maybe I just got the dude's blood on my fucking arm. And as I'm driving, I'm like, oh shit, like there's some blood on my arm, and I go like this, my finger fucking goes into a hole in my arm.
Oh
like,
shit!
Oh shit, they fucking stabbed me. So we pull over. My boy number 1, fucking, he jumps out and he lifts up my shirt from the back, and I had a white wife beater, so he lifts up my shirt from the back. He goes around to the front. And And then he sees a bunch of blood on the front. He's like, dude, you got a hole in your chest.
Oh, shit.
They stabbed me in the fucking chest, man.
Oh, fuck.
And I was freaking out, like, oh, fuck, what the fuck? You know, fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
Jumped in my car, take off. I'm going down the street, fucking like almost 100. I'm going like down, like 90
fucking,
down Sierra, going towards Kaiser. Pull up to Kaiser, let my boys take my car. And I'm like, hey, you know, go tell my peoples I'm fucked up, you know?
Right.
And so...
Did you think you were...
I thought he got me in the heart. And after reading all the newspapers and shit, like, when you see, like, a story where someone dies, a fatal stabbing and shit like that, or this dude got stabbed and he died hours later in the hospital, that's what I was thinking, like, dude, this is it for me.
Were you panicking?
When I first found the arm, I wasn't. When I found the chest, I was like, yeah, dude. I started fucking freaking out for a minute.
Yeah.
But I wasn't... You know, I wasn't like in bitch mode. I was just like, oh fuck, let me get to the hospital. Hopefully, if I
now he says that.
If there's a
now
God.
he says that when he's bleeding out of his chest, you know, he was crying.
Oh God, please God, oh God, I'll do anything.
Now he's religious.
I'll go to church.
I'll believe. I swear.
Still haven't gone to church for that one, but
yeah. Well, people who promise they will go to
like
church
Satan,
never go to church.
if you fucking pull me through this one,
if the dark Lord comes through this time. Yeah.
And so walk into the hospital, they get me in bed, and then I'm sitting there, and they bring this X-ray machine, and all these doctors around me and shit like that, fucking get me butt naked, looking at my ass, looking everywhere, like. And I was wondering, like, why are you looking at my ass? But
Check his hole.
Check his hole. Make sure he don't got shit up in there. And so they all walk away. The doctors walk away, leaving me to my thoughts, and I'm laying there in the bed, fucking freaking out. Damn. And then finally, the doctors come back, and they're literally talking about some I don't know, talking about like personal shit, going back and forth, laughing and shit. I'm laying there fucking, and I was like, hey, I was like, so what's up? What happened? Yeah. And they were like, oh yeah, no, you're fine. It's superficial. And I'm like, of course, anybody, like, at first, you don't know what the fuck superficial means. I was like, all right, so is that fucking good or bad? Like, what's up?
That's kind of the wrong word to use when you've been stabbed in the chest by a medical diagnosis. An off-the-hand medical diagnosis being superficial is not the adequate word to use in that situation. I don't think so.
Yeah, and they told me, and they're like, no, it's fine. It hit the sternum. So that knife hit me in the sternum. This is where my scar is. It hit me in the fucking sternum.
So you said the guy who stabbed you was a bitch, right?
He's a bitch, dude.
So not only is he a bitch personally, his character-wise, but he can't even fucking stab through.
Can't even stab it, dude. Like,
no vital organs, nothing.
Nothing.
If you're gonna pull that knife out, you better be ready.
Arm, and he didn't hit no muscle or nothing, man. I don't know what the fuck he did, man. He didn't. Dude, fail, man. That's why you're living in an apartment, you bitch. No,
are you sure you didn't fall down on like a sprinkler or something that you didn't get stabbed? Maybe something else happened?
I fucking set my arm up on the lock of my car and that fucking stabbed me. Like, oh shit. This is just like a fucking paper cut.
Right.
So that happened, and that kind of changed. It kind of slowed me down because, like, again, I wasn't like crazy out there, but I was kicking it and fucking being stupid. I was being stupid, of course, but it kind of like woke me up where I was kind of like, oh shit, like fuck, that sucked, you know?
Yeah.
But it gives me a cool story to tell. And again, my boy number 2, man, he's fucking funny ass guy, man. He's all tweaked out now, but he's through as fuck. And he told me, he was like, man, you're lucky you got stabbed. You get to tell people you got stabbed now.
What a fool.
I was like, you bitch, I wish you got stabbed.
Right. So what's the recovery like for that?
It took me, I want to say, about 2 months, because at first it didn't hurt. The first, I want to say 3 days, this shit didn't hurt. The next day, not the next exact day, but the day after that, the third day, I went to work, and that's when it started like hurting and shit. My arm, never felt any pain except for the fucking staples. They stapled my ass up. Never felt any pain. And when they say getting stabbed, well, that's why when people get stabbed like fucking 15 times and they say, I didn't know I was stabbed, that's real shit. I didn't know I was fucking stabbed until like 2 miles away from the fucking place.
Dude, that's my number one fear, is getting stabbed.
Dude.
That shit's scary as fuck.
Before that, I always was like, man, how do people get stabbed? If you see the knife, either you run or, like, you know, like, how do you get stabbed?
Yeah.
Man, it's easy to get fucking stabbed because you don't know you get stabbed. Man.
That shit just happens, huh?
That's why there's a video of like some dude walking around just like stabbing people in the ass, man. They don't know they got stabbed in the ass. They just feel like, hey, dude, that guy just punched me in the ass. No, you got stabbed, bro.
Is there really a video like that?
Yeah, dude, this dude walking around stabbing people in the ass, man.
With what?
With a fucking dick. No, with a knife, man. With a knife.
I think that's rape. I think that's classified as rape.
But oh shit, got raped in my chest.
Dude, yeah. So what was the recovery like?
So yeah, it took me, I want to say, about 2 months. After like the third day, I called in sick to work. I was working with Securitas.
The third day you rose.
Yeah, fucking
And on the third day,
there's like a stone in front of my door, and I'm like, and so it took me about 2 months because my fucking chest, it hurt so fucking bad. Like after I want to say about 4 days, that's when it started hurting. My muscle, they ripped my muscle, and so it felt literally like my muscle was moving over a period of like 3 weeks. It felt like my muscle was moving slowly over here.
Oh shit!
And it slowly moved over here. Like I literally, like, the pain was in my shoulder. That's how fucking crazy it was, man. Like this shit was fucking crazy. Like the pain, I've never felt pain like that before. I was like, I could say that's the worst pain, dude. They gave me a whole bunch of fucking Norco, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I was on a good one, but that shit did not work, man. I was in fucking pain. I couldn't breathe, and it was to the point where like any movement I made, it would fucking take my breath away, like bad, dude. Like,
that's brutal.
And my fucking wife, dude, she was so funny. She would fucking like act like she's gonna punch me in my chest, and I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yes, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's how she's missing her 2 front teeth.
So is there fucking like a dent in your chest or in your sternum?
There's a scar. It feels like it, but
no. But do you think there's like a?
I think there is, because he probably got that shit stuck in my chest and like couldn't pull it out. He's probably like, oh fuck.
Fucking having to pull that shit out.
Probably this guy's made out of steel. Because the next day I went over there and I saw him.
You went back to the block?
Back to the block, man.
Fucking idiot.
And still, we walked up to a liquor store, man, and some dudes fucking tried banging on us out of the car, and my friend fucking started banging back on them, and I was like, man, when does it stop, man? What if I would have got shot like right after getting stabbed, dude? Like, that shit was fucking funny. But yeah, I went there and I seen the dude, and he looked at me fucking scared, man. Because he knew, like, all it would have taken, like, dude, like, for me to fucking kill
the
him
guy who
there.
stabbed you?
Yes.
And
I
he's
don't
seen
know
you.
who stabbed me. That's the thing. I didn't feel it, so I really, because there was other people out there. I don't know what happened.
But guaranteed someone bragged about it.
Yeah.
That they pulled out the fucking toolie.
Yeah.
Went to
Well,
work.
they took an L. Even though I got stabbed, like, we still, like, it didn't faze me, man. Imagine beating someone's ass so bad that they have to stab you, and once they stab you, nothing happens.
And you show back up the next and you show back up the next day.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know that he's stabbing. He's like, he probably is thinking, like, what the fuck happened? Because I wasn't out there, like, fucking limping and shit. I never showed any weakness and shit. But when I seen him, he looked at me all scared. And I told him, don't fucking look at me. And he didn't fucking look at me. And dude, he turned, and I'm telling you, he's a kind of stocky guy. He's a bitch, man. And I seen him a few times after that, and every time he's fucking scared to death, like I'm gonna do something. Like, dude, I'm good. I'm not gonna do anything. Like,
fucking pussy.
I should have fucking reacted. But.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Well, that's a pretty fucking crazy story.
Yeah.
And we're definitely gonna have more. So we still got a lot more to talk about. We got like boxing. We got your opinions on shit. You know.
Vegan. We're gonna talk vegan.
Plant-based life, race relations. There's a lot of shit we're gonna get to, but just hang around, stay tuned, and we got a lot more shit to talk about. So, yeah.
Don't touch that dial.
There we go. All right, see you guys. Peace.